Hey, you guys. I'm not going to be on here long. It's hot out here, but I just wanted to hop on here and do a quick video and just express some thoughts that's been on my mind. Um, I've been seeing some videos circulating on social media in regards to celebrity worship. Now, quick disclaimer, I don't claim to be a professional by any means. I don't claim to um, be like a doctor or something because I'm dealing with my own stuff as far as like going to therapy and things like that with some stuff I'm dealing with. But all I can do is like I can do for any other situation that I talk about and I express. I just like to give my intake on it and my perspective, and hopefully along the way I can help somebody else. Now, celebrity worship. Now, from my personal experience and what I've dealt with, um, I grew up in the era of, I'm a millennial. So, we had B2K, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Destiny's Child, groups like that. Even like, not even necessarily singers, but, just different actors, actresses, Lindsay Lohan, things like that coming up. I remember being and the one I can really recall is being like when I was in middle school, and it was a particular wrestler that I was really infatuated with. Um, I had the posters. I remember he called himself trying to be a rapper. I bought the CD. I had a crush on him. I even had like this little we had like this AOL type group thing and I think it was like a MSN Messenger. Guys, it's been so long, I don't even remember. But I remember being in those group chats, chatting with other fans, creating fan fictions about this person. I really was infatuated with this person, but after a couple of years, it kind of just died down. I do still see this person on wrestling from time to time, but I still think they're, very handsome. They still look good for their age, but as far as like being obsessed with them, no, not anymore. That's not me. That's not where I'm at with it. You know, for that time it was okay, but now I'm just like, oh, they're still nice looking, but that's pretty much it. Fast forward a couple of years later, once again, I don't want to call names on these particular celebrities, but I mean anybody who's in my personal life, they will know who I'm referring to. They will know who I'm talking about. Um, just because I don't want any backlash from these fan base. I'm just doing this for educational purposes only. Fast forward a couple of years, it was another particular celebrity. This time it's a singer. Um, Now I did not become a fan of this singer until this person passed away. Unfortunately. Now I remember seeing him as a kid and like, um, and I remember liking their music, liking the way they sing and dance and stuff like that. But I didn't, because I wasn't a fan. It wasn't until this person passed away where I started to discover more of their music, more of them dancing and singing, and I started to collect every album. I started to get all these posters, every magazine, even if the magazine was like tabloid garbage, or as long as it had a picture of them of this person, I bought it. Um, I even went as far as to I would join these groups because at the time YouTube had these groups where this was back. Oh God, it was like early. I want to say like the early 2000s, like 2010. YouTube used to have these groups, and you can join these little groups on your, and I was chatting with other fellow fans and created groups on Facebook. Once again, writing fan fiction about this person. Now, this obsession lasted a lot longer than the previous one. This one, I want to say, went from the time I was 16 up until uh I want to say it's up until last year. Like no joke, up until last year. Well, not really last year. I want to say probably like a year before this. So probably about like 2 years ago. Like I still like this person, but I think last year really kind of made me view this person a lot different. Now, I kind of gave a brief overall view of both of these two things I went through. Um, Now I say all that to say this. I feel like we as a people, and when I say we, I'm even referring to myself, because I'm even now realizing things about myself. But I feel like we as a people are very guilty of putting celebrities on such a high pedestal. We are guilty of just thinking these people can do no wrong. Excuse me, y'all. It's bugs. We are very guilty of putting them in such high regard that anyone got anything bad to say, and they don't even have to be disrespectful. They could just give like a valid criticism. Excuse me, a valid criticism, and we can just attack and go after this person, and they probably didn't even mean a bit of harm. Um, like I said, I'm not naming fan bases, but I've actually seen just generally speaking, I've seen so many fan bases just get so unhinged, so just gun ho, outraged and mad because somebody, oh God. All right, take two. All right, so I've seen some people just get so enthralled and so um just so infatuated with this person, whatever fan base they may be in, just and they become so unhinged to the point where if anyone has anything bad to say about their idol, their celebrity, they're ready to fight. They are literally ready to fight. Um, like for an example, like I can't speak for other fan bases, but I can speak for the fan base, the most recent one that I was in. Um, like I remember like this person, oh God, if I don't want to say too much because some kind of give away who I'm talking about. But it was this person has some, let's just say it. They had some allegations surrounding them. Um and at that point it was like if anybody said anything bad, like I mean, and they couldn't even this person probably just genuinely was just like, well, why such and such? Like, I'm not saying this is what it is with this person. I'm just asking why this, that, and the fourth. Just asking a simple question. It's not like they were just like, oh, they're a creep, they're this, they're that. They just asking a question. Y'all, I was so obsessed with this person that if anybody just asked a question as simple as that, I was ready to attack, not attack physically, but just be like, I would be on these, like Twitter, these forums. I'm ready to go off on this person. And I wasn't the only one. It was a bunch of other people too that would do the exact same thing. Um, and I remember it's this another example is this guy that I kind of follow on YouTube. I don't want to give his information out either. But I remember he was doing an interview with a person in regards to how he views this particular person that I'm also talking about, and how he's leaning more like as far as like this stuff surrounding this person. He's like, I'm not saying that's what it is. I just have more questions. This is all this person has said. He said he was attacked by a fan that was like, I'm going to expose your address. All because somebody didn't agree with you? I don't know. I'm just at a point in my life. I'm in my 30s now. I'm just like, I just really had to really take a step back and think. And I don't know, it's just because of this whole P Diddy stuff coming out, the Nickelodeon stuff that's coming out, Quiet on Set, the stuff with God, what's the guy's name? I can't even think of his name right now. The one that has the island and he had took the girls there. I don't know. And then you heard stuff about Bill Cosby. Yes, I'm gonna. I said the name. That's one of the names. That's not the one I'm referring to right now. But I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, you have all this other stuff coming out, and I don't know. I mean, and it's just really making me think. It's like we really put these people on such high pedestals. They this and that, and then you hear stuff like this, and it just really, and then it's not like it's just one story. It's multiple stories with multiple people, and then you kind of see that a lot of this stuff is kind of connected in some way, shape, or form, and it's kind of like, is everybody lying? Like, are we really putting people like this on high regards, and making them like, oh, they are these they're Jesus basically? It's not right. Like, I just feel like it's not right for us to keep putting people like this in high regards. Yes, you have a lot. Like this person that I liked, super, super fucking talented. Like, could sing, could dance. And I'm the type of person, I love art, and I don't feel like art is just limited to a canvas with paintbrushes. Um, Art can be in music, art is in cooking, art is in writing. You're able to take whatever it is you're handed and create something out of it. That is true artistry. That's true alchemy, and I love that. I love seeing people to be able to create things. But it's a difference between admiring what somebody does and obsessing over them and making them your in all to be all. Why don't we take this same energy and why don't we put it into ourselves? Can you imagine how fucking awesome we would be if we take the same energy that we put it into a person that doesn't give two shits about us? More than likely, we're never going to meet. And if we do meet them, it's probably only going to be for like, what, 2-3 seconds backstage. Okay, if you're in a crowd, they barely see you because it's millions of other people around you. I mean, there's nothing wrong with one, even if you want to go to a concert. Even, okay, I just feel like we have really blurred the lines between liking somebody and obsessing over them. Also, I want to point out that I feel like social media in a lot of ways has created this sort of parasocial thing where we feel like, oh, we're now so much closer to our idols because they're posting on Instagram, they're going live, they are they're posting pictures here about where they're at, and it's just, I don't know, I just feel like it's really creating the dynamic to be that much more harder to, I guess, tear away from, so to speak. It's nothing wrong with liking a person, but I just feel like we as a people really need to sit back and be like, why are we so enthralled with this person? And it took me a while to kind of realize that. Like, why am I enthralled with this person? Why do I, why am I so obsessed with them to the point where they can do no wrong? And that's so not true because we all have faults. We all cut, we all bleed, we all are, we all are bound to mistakes, but that's how you learn. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. But I just want to say this to say, love yourself. Hold on 1 second. Okay, back on. Okay, I'm about to wrap it up. My son came to this car twice. It is already getting hot in here, but I just say I had to say this, y'all. Love yourself. Stop looking for celebrity worship to fill, because it's an empty void. It's an empty void that clearly needs to be filled. If you had to get some therapy, go get some therapy. you know I'm not telling you what to believe in. I mean, I believe in God, a higher power. But your belief may be different than mine. Don't put that above your belief. Don't put a celebrity above your belief. Don't put a celebrity above you and the love you have for yourself. If you have children, don't put that love above them. Don't put that love above your pets if you have any. Pour that love and that energy into yourself. Okay? Love yourself. Work on your craft. Who knows? And I'm going to say it. If you work on your craft, you might be better than that damn celebrity that you worshiping. You might be actually 10 times better in singing and dancing than that celebrity you put on a pedestal. You might be better in writing than that damn celebrity you put on the damn pedestal. Create your own craft. Hone in on your own craft. And it's nothing wrong for us to look to these people for inspiration, because you do have some that are very damn talented. You have some who have a good, they have a gift and they're genuine in their work, but learn to decipher the difference. Learn when to draw the line. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to wrap it up. Bye.